It was after my graduation that I came to London. Before that, I was born in Ticino, in Bellinzona, a medieval town in the center with 3 castles, well worth a visit. And my mother came from Bosco Gurin, a small village up in the mountains where they spoke German, Walser German. My father's family came from the Venetian area. And therefore at home I had Italian dialect, German dialect, and Italian when I went to school. I went to school in Bellinzona, moved to Locarno at the age of 14 for the last 4 years. And eventually, when the schooling was over, I went to Geneva to the interpreter school. There I spent 4 years and loved the area, which is very pretty. And I thought I would settle there and work there because, of course, with my job I could. However, I discovered that without English, which I had never studied in Ticino, there was no job for me. So I went to England. And once I was there, I discovered something quite different, quite new from what I was used to. Eventually I settled, married, had some children, and when they were old enough, I started working as an interpreter at long last. That took me all over UK and all over Europe. I discovered a lot about this country, nice places, and I discovered a lot about Europe, the culture in Europe, met interesting people. After I stopped working, after I retired, I did some interpreting, always for no money. I didn't want to work anymore in that way. And I started looking around to see what else I could do. And after my husband died, I got involved with the Unione Ticinese and discovered a new world there. Discovered that Ticinesi had come to this country a long time ago in the 18th century as stuccatori and painters. Many had come in the middle of the 19th century. They were caterers, and they brought their culture to this place. They were very successful, so they got many more people to come and work for them, and created the Unione Ticinese, which at the beginning was really catering for these people, in that there was no national health and no social services. An example of what they did was to have an unwritten contract with Charing Cross Hospital so that their people could go and be looked after there, and in turn they would provide food for them. I have learned a lot about what they did, what they didn't do. This Unione Ticinese survived to the extent that in 2 years we will have the 150th anniversary, and we want to put Ticino on the map then. I follow what is happening back home in Ticino and in Switzerland. A friend of mine sends me lots of articles which make me realize how much is done there and make me feel I belong there still. I exploit London in that I love theatre, concerts, exhibitions, art, and here there is a wealth of activities that I can do in that respect. I would certainly recommend going to see St. Martin's in the Field. Look up at the ceiling, and there you will see a sign of what the stuccatori, first one that came, did in this country.